Decoration in sports is always the result of a lot of work, hours of training, bland diets, traumatic injuries, but despite everything, our favorite athletes are sometimes capable of demonstrating incredible humanity. Moments of athletes saving lives, helping one another, and showing grace and victory lie ahead in this video. Here are some of the most beautiful moments of respect in sports. We'll begin our compilation with an incredible story from Japan. For 19-year-old student Rei Ida, a marathon relay had turned into not only a test of her physical strength, but also her strength of spirit. 2.2 miles into the stretch of the race, just 200 yards from the finish line, Rei fell and broke her leg. But not even the severe injury could stop her, and the athlete crawled to the line and passed the baton. Her partner couldn't hold back tears, seeing how Rei tried to do her team proud. Now that is team spirit. Here's another example that shows just how a real team values its members and is ready to help each other out, even at the cost of a win. At the Utah State Cross Country Championship, high school student Blake Lewis fell near the finish line, much like Rei, but he didn't have to crawl to the end. His teammate, Sean Roche, had sacrificed his placement to carry his injured friend. Unfortunately, not all athletes are so upstanding, and soccer players are no stranger to having emotional breakdowns on the pitch. This player took out his frustrations on the sideline camera. Of course, the camerawoman is in no way to blame for the athlete's failure, and his opponent was quick to point it out. And considering the weight of all of this equipment, his help was definitely needed. The MotoGP World Championship Series Grand Prix in Japan is always spectacular and emotional, but this moment simply blew everybody away. Malaysian racer Hafiz Siren, despite his desire to win, didn't leave his opponent in trouble and had offered a helping hand to tow Marquez to the repair pit. The Spaniard was fortunate to be up against such a noble opponent. Now, let's return to the pitch. To the sending off of Valencia's kitman Bernardo Espana. It's not surprising that the 78-year-old employee was sent off so warmly to a well-deserved retirement. He gave the team 55 years of his life. In the past, Espana showed great potential as a first-team player. Unfortunately, an unforeseen accident had sidelined him. Nobility also has a place on the Sambo mat. At the Russian Championship, juniors grappled for the chance to earn a spot on the national team for the World Championship. In this heated bout, one of the participants had suffered a knee injury. The winner, Ekaterina Hagai, had carried her opponent off the mat herself. Now that's some hard-earned respect. The matchup between Borussia Dortmund and Liverpool had pleased Dortmund fans, not only because of their victory over the Reds, but also because of this moment. A young fan rushed on the field to ask for a selfie with his idol, Christian Pulisic. Security tried to pull the kid away, but Pulisic convinced them to let the kid fulfill his dreams. But the meeting between the Danish and Finnish national teams actually turned into a tragedy. Danish star Christian Eriksen had collapsed on the field unconscious. Medics responded immediately, as did the nosy cameras. Fortunately, the team didn't disappoint and had blocked the player from the camera's view while he received emergency care. None of these fans expected this touchdown. Incredibly, rival schools came together to make a unique football fan happy. A 15-year-old called Lou Stacy had cerebral palsy, and for him, this run was one of his life's dreams. Everybody who follows volleyball remembers the tragedy that occurred involving one of the most decorated athletes in the sport, Victor Boloventa, during an E subgroup match of the Italian B2 series. In honor of the memory of his father, Alessandro served for the Italian volleyball team. Attack, Bovo! Next up, we have an incredible moment from the basketball court. Now, this is a teammate that you can count on. Draymond Green didn't just save Klay Thompson from a little spill. It seems that Klay might have been seriously injured without Draymond's help. Now, watch this fight from the Prison City Fight League closely. What happened? The winner tapped out? In his own words, lightweight Mike Pentanko realized that giving up was the only choice. Otherwise, his opponent, Jeremy Rasner, would end up in the hospital with some kind of an injury. Now that's noble. And now for another moment that proves that winning isn't everything for all athletes. This is worthy of respect. As a rule, baller boys are to retrieve balls and give them to the players only. unless it's a charity match, like this one in Africa between Andy Murray and Roger Federer. This time, Andy decided to trade places with the ball boy, and it's just plain cute. The noblest athletes even have some time for their opponents' fans. Just look at how much joy Brazilian footballer Neymar brought to this disabled fan. A little more from this soccer world, as we see in this match from the Istanbul U14 Development League. The referee had unfairly awarded a penalty kick, and the player did the right thing and sent the ball out. We're all for honest soccer. Now, what does it take to make a young fan's day? Well, Egyptian footballer Mohamed Salah sure knows how, as does American wrestler John Cena. Watch how he warmly greets his admirer, a 7-year-old girl named Kira Gringod, who bravely fought and beat cancer. Injuries are, frankly, a part of soccer, but not every athlete who accidentally caused such a situation is ready to apologize. Keep it up. Sometimes, these injuries require immediate medical care for the athlete. However, not all sides are well equipped for this, and in this case, the whole team came to the rescue. Have you ever seen such a beautiful goal dedicated to an athlete's mother? Care for and appreciate your parents, folks. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is recognized as one of the most unprecedented and most possibly skilled strikers of this generation. Naturally, his father wants to see his own son next to the legend, but Zlatan noticed the injustice and is quick to put things right. Tennis superstar Serena Williams was seriously injured during her drive to the top of the Canadian Open finals. Unfortunately, the injury was too severe for Serena to finish the match, and instead of celebrating her victory, the young Canadian Bianca Andreescu had offered warm words for her opponent. Quote, "I've watched you your whole career. You're a beast. You can do it. Do you think you'd be able to do this same act?" The award-winning football Thierry Henry had once said, quote, "A club is, first and foremost, a symbol on the chest of its fans." And it seems that Russian Magnamad Ozhidev held that same opinion, if, after a loss, he offers fans an apology. And 2 more manifestations of nobility on the pitch. Fair's fair. Unfortunately, the origin of this next moment is actually a tragedy. Thousands of people came to pay their respects to a 19-year-old rising hockey star in Russia. Timur Fazidemedov had passed away from injuries sustained during a game. Eternal memory to the team captain. We're going to return now to some mutual respect between opponents. Isn't extending a hand to a fallen opponent worthy of admiration? Now, this bout between Gal Monfils and Diego Schwartzman in Vienna had caused an eruption of applause and a sea of smiles in the stands. Now that's the spirit. This athlete sure lucked out with his coach. He'll offer a prayer up to the heavens and perform a jig when it's successful. This kind of support is worth a lot. Cowards do not play hockey. Real men always understand one another, and these players from the KHL have proved it once again. Did you think that this player is just lazy and missed the ball? Nope. In fact, he was helping an injured opponent. A noble act. Here's another moment featuring an epic fall and a no less beautiful catch from the opponent. This kind of soccer is always worthy of respect, and it's not for nothing that the sport used to be called the gentleman's game. These friendly teammates or noble rivals always look out for each other in the locker room. Connor Cody, a player for Wolverhampton Wanderers Club and the England national team, not only protects the goal, but also his teammates from running into the post. Such protection should not be ignored. Finally, we've got a heartwarming moment to end our compilation. Argentine Don Herman has been recording every one of Messi's goals in a notebook since 2004. Now, that's not unusual for a superfan, until the superstar himself found out, and the fan turned 100. Now, just imagine how valuable this gift is. Leo's personal gratitude in a video message. There's a place for honorable deeds in this world. Just watch our videos. Click that bell so you don't miss out on the next one, and subscribe to our channel for more content just like this.